everybody. Today I'm going to be going through memorabilia and just stuff I've held on to over the years that have like a memory attached to it, so I can share like stories and stuff like that. I think it'll be a good way for like whoever's watching to get to know me, and I don't know, I just thought it would be fun. I was actually gonna film a my favorite things video, like favorite things from my room, but then I realized that a lot of my favorite things are just memorabilia and like things that have memories attached to it, so I'm refilming. The first thing I have is this photo book that I have had since I was like a little kid, and it has just tons of cute photos in it, so I just want to show you some of them. Also, sorry if I'm speaking quietly. I think my parents are gonna wake up because it's 2:30 in the morning. I have this little like tag, I'm guessing from a present. I don't think it was on this originally, I think I put it on there, but it is a thing that says Abby 2009, love you very much, Oma and Opa, which are my grandma and grandpa. But the first picture is me at my grandma's house, and it's winter, it's Christmas time, and I am making a little gingerbread house, and I have one of those like cute little wands that light up. This is like the most nostalgic picture ever. There's my cousin back there and little gingerbreads. This is just so cute. I spent a lot of time at my grandma's house, so this is just like so nostalgic to me. Next I have me as a little baby, and I'm holding my baby blanket. I do have this baby blanket somewhere, but I think it's like in my attic, but I do have another one in here. This is my baby blanket, my other one. I actually have like 3 baby blankets. I think these are the ones, like the one I showed you, and this one is the ones that I got like after I left the hospital, and then I have a pink baby blanket that I think they just gave me at the hospital. But yeah, I sleep with that one like every night, and not because it's like a security blanket, because it's really not. I just like have it down here. It matches my room and it's cute, so you know. Here is me as an infant in a, what are these called? A wagon. I was brought a lot of places in this wagon. I'm sad that it's probably gone by now, but yeah. Here's me sleeping with my grandpa. That is unsafe sleep for a child, but it's a cute picture. My grandpa is now passed away. He passed away when I was still little, but I still remember him a lot. And a cool thing was that he didn't have great English, and because he was old, he kind of mumbled his words a lot, but as a kid I completely understood him. Like, I understood everything he was saying. He was like super German, so he had like a really heavy German accent, and I just think it's a cool thing that like kids can understand things if they were raised with them, because I understood him like perfectly when I was little. More pictures at my grandma's house. That's me and my sister and my mom, and me and my sister again. Me eating a strawberry at my grandma's house. These are all at my grandma's house, so maybe this was gifted to me in 2009. I'm thinking that it was. And there's me pulling my uncle's hair. Me with a little apple. And my beautiful mother. That's her senior picture. This is Halloween 2006. That means I was 1 year old and I was a lion. My sister was Jasmine. I think we have Ariel and a unicorn. This picture was taken before I was born, but this is my sister, and I just want to tell you that at my grandma's house, she had steps all the way down to like the grass. So whenever it snowed, the snow would just like overtake the stairs, and we'd always sled down the hill, and it was so much fun. This is also my sister, but I went to the same preschool as her, but that is just a picture of the preschool, and that is so nostalgic to me with the little puppet show and just like the decorations. I went to a Christian preschool, and it's a walking distance from my house, so whenever I go on a walk, I will walk there, and I can just like pray and hang out there. I can't go inside because it's preschool, obviously, and it's also a church, but it's just fun to be there. Actually, when I was filming my favorite things before I like scratched it and decided to refilm. I was talking about this little bunny. They recently had a garage sale there, and I was like, oh my gosh, we need to go, because I need to go back inside that preschool and see what it looks like. And we went in the gymnasium and they had tons of stuff there, but I bought that little bunny from there because I was like, I want a little like memory from the preschool I went to. Here's me and my grandpa and my mom. We're in the basement of my grandma's house, and I guess they had a baby swing there, which I didn't know, but I do remember this moment. And my mom thinks that I'm like crazy for remembering it, but I'm like, no, I swear I remember this moment. And I feel the exact same way about these pictures. I remember this moment. I know for sure I do. But it's me and my grandma and my aunt with this dog, and I was in love with her. I think her name was Layla or something like that, and she was the cutest little puppy ever, and I was obsessed with her. Next thing I have is this little teddy bear, and this is Travel Bear, and he was actually brought home from the hospital when my oldest sister was born. She's like 28 or 27 or something, and then they brought it to the hospital when I was born, and they brought it back home from the hospital. And when I was little, I'd always bring him like on any vacation that we went to or anywhere far away. I'd always bring him. So yeah, he's super cute. Next thing I have is this envelope, which was actually an assignment in 8th grade. And basically it was a time capsule. So when you were in 8th grade English, you got to write a letter to yourself for like after you graduated. So when I graduated high school, they gave me that envelope with like all the notes that I wrote to myself and tons of like my favorite stuff and like schoolwork that I liked and all of that stuff. So I just wanted to show you some of it. This is all the stuff that was inside of it. I'm not going to show you all of it, but I'm going to show you some of the good stuff. Here is a little picture thing that I have of me and my family. That same picture of me on the swing. That's me and my best friend. We're still best friends. I hang out with her all the time. She's like one of my only friends, honestly, but that's the cutest picture ever. We've known each other since we were like 1 year old. That's a baby picture of my sister, and that is my dog. Sadly, he's now passed away, but that's a little baby picture of my puppy. And I have this sheet of my favorite things, or my favorite memories, that I wrote when I was 13, so let's read some of them. Number 1 is watching the other 5th graders play kickball. Yeah, in 5th grade, we played a lot of kickball at recess, and that's one of my like purest memories of childhood is playing kickball and watching all the other kids play kickball. I wasn't that good at it, but it was still fun. It was like before any of the drama, like it was just great. Seeing 21 Pilots and Panic at the Disco live, yeah, that was an iconic moment for 13-year-old me. Those were like my top bands when I was 13, and so seeing them live was just like a great accomplishment for me and my little emo soul. It makes me think like, what would 13-year-old me think about me seeing Dan and Phil again in concert, which also I haven't talked about on my channel. I saw Dan and Phil on their Terrible Influence tour, and it was amazing. It was so good. I got like really close to the front, and they ran down my aisle. They almost ran me over because I was at the end seat, and I was like, I don't know if I can like high five them or not. I don't want to like, you know, mess up the show or whatever. So I just like, I had to back up because Phil and Dan were just like running, and it was so funny. Yeah, it was super fun. I'll show you some pictures. It was seriously an iconic moment in my life, especially because I've been watching them since I was 10 years old. And the whole tour was about like people that were raised on Dan and Phil and determining if Dan and Phil were a terrible influence to us. So it was really iconic. I'm so glad that I got to see it, and I got to see them so close to the stage. I will never stop yapping about that moment because it was just so amazing. I actually got all of these bracelets when I was there. They're all like Dan and Phil themed, that tons of the other fans that went gave to me, which is such an amazing thing. The fandom is so awesome and so nice. But yeah, enough yapping about that. I will probably continue to yap in further videos, but it was just so awesome. And I think 13-year-old me would have really loved that. Like 13-year-old me was watching that show. Anyway, back to the favorite memories. I have doing gymnastics at recess, catching fireflies, falling asleep on FaceTime with someone I love. Okay, that's such a 13-year-old thing to say, but I guess I'm a hopeless romantic, they call it. My first kiss, aww. I think that was like 7th grade. I have to do a video about like all of my first things. I think that would be fun. Riding bikes to the creek and laying in the grass with my friends. Oh, that was one of my favorite things to do. There's a creek behind one of my local grocery stores, and it connects to the middle school. So we would always like walk behind the middle school, and we'd walk across the logs and like hang out in the woods and stuff. We got up to a lot of trouble back there, but it was so much fun. The last one is walking to Pizza Hut every day with my friends to get the cheapest meal on the menu so we would have enough to tip. Yeah, that's how it went. Next from the binder, I have a page of just like stuff I like, I guess. I have a lot of cringy emo band lyrics that I wrote on here that I don't think I could recite without cringing. I have a little cutout from a 21 Pilots magazine and a little drawing of Hamilton and a Cubs game ticket, a picture of unpacking. I feel bad for 13-year-old me. She was really down for him. A little thing from the grandma candies that my grandma used to always have at her house. Next I have this entire folder of stuff. Obviously I'm not gonna show you everything, but I'll show you some stuff. Here is my graduation card for when I graduated, my grad party invitation. Here's a little note that my grandma left in my room. It says, "Thanks again, Abby, for letting me sleep in your bed. Love you, Oma." She's just the cutest thing ever. I have a late slip because I was always late to high school. My prom tickets, aww. There's my senior photo. I don't think we bought any of them, but I have the little thing that they gave you. More late slips and early dismissals. This is my high school folder, by the way. Like, all of these memories are from high school. Now this is a very iconic part of my high school experience. If you were in my high school class, you probably know about it. But on my Chromebook that they issued to all of the students, every day I would put a label on it, and it is incredibly thick. This is all labels. And it started with peach propels. Anytime I get a peach propel, I'd put the label on it. But then they got rid of peach propels, so I just started doing water. And anytime I saw someone with a water label, I would ask them for it so I could put it on my computer. But yeah, if you were wondering how I decorated my computer in high school, this is how. And I still have it because I just like couldn't get rid of it. Another early dismissal. And then I have 2 report cards with all A's and 1 A minus. That is so annoying. I think I never got all straight A's. I think the closest I got was all A's and 1 A minus, which is kind of crazy because especially my senior year, like I wasn't there that often. That is all from that folder. Let's move on to the next one. This is the next folder. I think it's like middle school stuff. I have my playbill from when I went to go see Hamilton. That was also a really great time in my life. I loved Hamilton in 8th grade. It was like my favorite thing. Like that was my hyperfixation in 8th grade was Hamilton. And I don't like history. I like sucked at history, but Hamilton was my man. I loved Hamilton. Here's another. Then I have my printed out ticket and it says, "You're gonna see Hamilton. Happy birthday, Abby." So that was how my parents told me that I was gonna go see the play. And to show you how much I loved this thing and how important it was to me, I kept a napkin that they gave me at the play. Like, That's crazy. I can't even make fun of myself because I did keep a napkin that they gave me at the Terrible Influence tour like a couple weeks ago, so I can't even talk. Now these are like so funny. When I was in middle school, I dated this guy and it was like a really toxic dynamic, but like I thought that I really loved him and stuff. And we always wrote letters to each other. We could have texted back and forth, but I thought that like letters were really romantic. So like anytime we got in a fight or anytime like we just wanted to say that we loved each other, whatever, we'd always write letters to each other. So, and I kept all of them. Maybe one day I will share them with you, but they're like so cringy and they're just like, it's not even like funny, it's just like ugh. I have 15 letters from this guy. Next folder, I have this cute little Valentine's Day card from my high school sweetheart. I was like really into brats. Actually, speaking of brats, when I was filming the video before this that I scrapped the footage of, I talked about this brat and I still want to show you because it's just awesome. It's a brat that looks like me. My sister decided to make a brat that looks like me for my birthday, but she ran out of time before she could finish it, so she just like gave me everything and was like, here, you can make it look like you, because I didn't have enough time to. And she moved away, so she couldn't even like do it herself. But literally the most thoughtful gift ever. And so she bought this little outfit and it looks like me. It has pigtails like me with little bows, and it has my name on it that she made. I also did like wallpaper that kind of looks like my room with like lace and stuff. And I also was gonna do the back and like put my name instead of Yasmin's and then like put stuff about me or whatever. And she also bought tons of accessories, so I was gonna put the doll like in the corner, and then I was gonna like zip tie like the accessories, like makeup and like all the stuff that I like. So literally so cute. I love my sister. I also have this little jar of like heart glitter. It used to be on a necklace, and I have kept this for 9 years because it has a memory attached to it that I think I should share. I sadly have a friend that passed away super young, and she was like one of my best friends, especially in elementary. And one day we were hanging out and I had just gotten this necklace from Justice and I thought it was like so cute and stuff, and we decided to try to open it, but it was really hard. Like we couldn't open it and we ripped the top off of it, so now it's like impossible to open because there's like no top on it. But we stuck a pin in it, you can see the hole, and we like ripped out the cork and we just like wanted to like play with the glitter, I guess. But my friend had like, she like sniffed it and it got all up in her nose, and it was the funniest thing ever. And I just thought it was like so funny and a funny memory, so I have the little jar from that, and it's like a sweet thing to keep and keep her memory alive and stuff. So another thing I have is this bracelet. I adore this bracelet and I adore myself for keeping it, but this is the first bracelet I ever made. I made this when I was super little with my older cousin, and she had brought tons of beads and stuff to my grandma's house, and she was like, hey, we should make bracelets and stuff. And I was like, oh cool, I've never made bracelets before. And so I got to pick like out all of her fancy beads, and I picked out this horse. It's like a glass bead, it's so cute. And obviously I did the rainbow colors because when I was a kid I just like really loved rainbow. I wanted to dye my hair rainbow, like I just loved rainbows a lot. So this is my first ever bracelet that I ever made, and you can see how small it is because I had a small little wrist, and I thank little me every day for taking care of it and keeping it because I knew that I would want that in the future, and it's just like such a cute memory that I get to have that still. But yeah, I think that concludes my memories for this video. I have so many, so if you guys want to see more, I have plenty. I could probably make 3 or 4 parts of this, and I could continue to make them because I'm continuing to make memories. So this was a lot of fun to film, and I'm glad that I could share some memories with people, if anyone's watching. I love you lots. Thank you for watching, whoever's watching, and I will see you next time. Hopefully I won't take months to edit this one, but you never know. Okay, bye everybody.